Daniel P. Carter, you're watching Lock In with Griffin and Harry from Shvpes, and we're going to talk about the song 2 Minutes of Hate.
Yes, we are. As a song, lyrically, it actually came from George Orwell's 1984. Like, in terms of music, it came together dead quick. Yeah,
it was a bit of a weird one, really. Griffin kind of came up with the bass riff of it. It was like 2 in the morning or something, and then all of a sudden we just hit a wave.
You were about to go to bed. Yeah.
I was about to go to bed,
I remember you one sink, getting a cup of water, about to go to bed, and I just was playing this riff, just shredding it out, and then Ryan came in, somewhat intoxicated, I think we all were, and just started playing over the top of it.
I think it was one of the quickest songs we actually wrote out of all of
them. Having said that, when we took it into the studio, it was a completely different song. So that was actually one of the ones that I was kind of considering we should scrap.
Yeah, not put it on the album.
What, on a lyrical level or everything? Just
not
everything
lyrically. I think what kind of makes it strong though is it has that kind of like hip hoppy, Cypress Hilly, rappy element to it. We kind of always knew we wanted to put it in our music, but we didn't know how to.
And it came together really naturally as well. It wasn't something that we kind of forced upon the music.
Because we are somewhat intoxicated, I say somewhat, when we would be recording the demos, most of the stuff would all just be out of time with each other, and Harry would be playing it in on a electric kit. Yeah. So the producers had to re-MIDI all the drums to everything. Yeah. And I think it was either by accident or just he thought he'd try it. It was up on the crash before, and he brought it down to the hi-hat, and it changed the entire song. Just for that dun, 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 dun. And as soon as he did that, it was just opened up a whole world of like, this is a hip hop song. Basically like set the precedent for what the album was going to be.
There are often those times when you're writing, if you're working on an album, where they're cornerstone songs that then kind of change the tact and change the course of how everything else is going to sit around it. Yeah, so it was definitely one of those ones.
2 Minutes of Hate, because it came together so quick, I'm not gonna lie, I just couldn't be asked to write another verse, so I was just like, yeah, screw it, we'll just go chorus, pre-chorus, chorus. I took it into the producers and they were like, stick a verse back in there, and then I went away and wrote that rap, and I think then it really became a cornerstone, but originally it wasn't.
That one drop in the water, that kind of rippled onto like everything else, and then every time, because we did it song by song in the studio, so we'd record one song in its entirety, then move on to the next one, and by doing that, it just allowed us to like use what we'd learned and what we'd come up with in that last song, and then eventually as we got there, it kept spilling over to the next thing, and eventually we found some sound in there.
And I guess once you've got that as well, you can also see how the next thing is going to fit together, so that you get the like a broad mix and a varied palette across an album.
Yeah, we were getting mixes of the like tracks we were doing like every 3 days. So when we'd finish a track and start working on another one, we'd get the mix for that track like 3 or 4 days later, just like a rough kind of board mix.
By the time we were working on like the third song, we were already hearing the first song back as like as a board mix.
So if you're working on each song and pretty much finishing them as you go, was there any point where you then wanted to go back and change quite drastically stuff that you've done at the start?
There's loads of like, ooh wee, like I was saying before, all that sort of stuff in False Teeth and 2 Minutes of Hate. And if I had it my way, I would have just soloed over the whole album.
All of it, yeah.
It would have sounded like a theremin by the end of it. But
check us out, we've got a brand new pedal. One of those vibes. All right, thanks to Griffin and Harry for coming in.
All good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shvpes.
Big love.